That day is best at connecting people to be able to look into the mirror of themselves.
It really puts the mirror in front of me. I look at the character on the stage, or the many characters that Aaron portrays.
He does 15 different characters, and you don't see Aaron. You see the character.
And I see myself. I see at least a little of myself in each and every character.
But it weaves this story that we can relate to, but it also challenges us because of this guy's story that Aaron portrays as the main character that we identify with. I'm that guy in that day.
That's me. That's my struggle.
That day is best at presenting an amazing message in a way that is entertaining and fun and that really can challenge people in their walk.
That day is best at telling the story that nobody wants to tell.
Brought to bear in my life the reality that I will die one day. Certainly, I would have never denied that. I acknowledge that. We all do. But I think we can acknowledge that in ways that are, say, turned up louder than other ways. And this presentation turns it up to like 10 or even 11.
Best at opening our eyes to the reality that God has a divine purpose for each of our lives, and it's important that we discover that purpose, that we embrace it, and that we pursue it in our lives.
When we work, we feel guilty that we're not at home. When we're at home, we feel guilty that we're not putting our all into our job. And then how in the world do we sprinkle our faith and God into that? And for most people, that's what they do, is they wrestle with that. And I think what that day does is it puts it into perspective that one day we're going to meet our Creator on that day, and God has got to come first, our family's got to come second, and our business has got to come third.
You know, it can be used in so many different ways. It could be used in a men's event, in a youth event. It'd be great for young adults.
That day is perfect, and I want to be real specific about this, for any human being.
A night out for young couples in which they could be entertained and at the same time be impacted spiritually.
All of our events are trying to make much of Christ so that people walk more closely with Him.
Those who have said yes to God's free gift of salvation, they need to see this.
Or they come to know Him.
And has the opportunity to either say yes or no to God's free gift of salvation. They need to see this.
It could also be used in a Sunday morning or Sunday night worship service. The gospel will be presented, but it'll be presented in a unique and different way than what we might be used to week after week.
Anybody who has blood coursing through their veins, they need to see this. So, like the Titanic, the list was lost or saved. Both of those lists need to see that day.
It's a very low-key investment for a church who's interested in having him do this at their place, but it's got a huge ROI, return on investment.
The great thing about that day is it's a low-intensity, low-stress, low-maintenance event.
Aaron and his team are almost turnkey. So certainly we had to open up our building and do a few things, but most of the work is done by he and his team.
Aaron was wonderful to work with. He really made it easy for me as a pastor to prepare for the event.
They handled the ticketing, the online booking. They gave us video clips to market to put on the website, and he gave us the blurbs as well as to send out.
As a busy pastor, you're going to find that Aaron is a pleasure to work with. He makes this very doable.
This is low-hanging fruit that don't quickly dismiss because the schedule's full.
As pastors, we get lots of emails. We get lots of requests to have someone into our churches or to conduct some kind of new ministry or program. Don't pass this opportunity off.
Maybe move something else off the schedule so that it frees your time up to do something like this so that you can spend more time with your people in helping them live intentional, God-shaped lives.
That day is the easiest, simplest, least friction way to get something in front of men and women, but especially men, that's going to cause them to begin to change their trajectory based on a 3D awareness of what it's going to mean to stand in front of Jesus and give an answer for your life.